Thanks for checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe.
Versus Josh Alexander.
This match was awesome.
They were, okay, yes, but.
I will accept no buts on this one.
This isn't even about the match. It's about what overshadowed the match. They are running down matches for Collision, some of which we've already discussed. On Collision this Saturday, apparently it's already happened, they are actually doing, in 2026, Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita versus Austin Gunn and his dad, Billy.
Yes.
I cannot wait. I am so intrigued. I can't even imagine the match. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Well.
So that's all I can think about for the duration of this here Omega Alexander match.
Oh. This match was the best match on the show. And it was just such a great wrestling match. And I just remember watching it, and it was the only match on the show where I really felt like I was watching a competitive wrestling match with ups and downs and twists and turns and a decisive winner. I mean, it was just so great. And, like, I enjoyed the other matches on the show. I didn't enjoy all the run-ins in the opener. I laughed at how violent the opening match of the feud was with the Death Riders and the Don Callis family. And then, you know, the main event was a very good match. But every other match on this show, I just was taking notes, and I just felt like all I'm doing is writing moves. I'm just writing moves down. This guy did this move. This guy did this move. This guy did this move. This guy got chopped and his gizzard fell out. This guy did this move. This match felt like there's a story here. And I loved it. I thought, like, it just stood out from everything else on this show. On a show where I think some people just watched the whole show and thought, oh, man, 4 great matches, 4 bangers or whatever. No, this match was different. This match was really, really fucking good. Kenny Omega was great. Josh Alexander was great. They told the story, of course, that Kenny's got diverticulitis that he's working through, and so of course his midsection gets worked over the entire match, and he has to fight through it, and his selling is so freaking awesome, and he makes the big comeback, and then they brawl at ringside, and Don, of course, is screaming at Kenny, and so Kenny goes after him, and Don literally jumps a barricade, goes running, finds a shoot rando security guy, and starts complaining, and they zoom in on the guy, and he's just like,
he's so clueless.
The fuck should I be doing here?
Yeah.
And so then, of course, you know, it's a distraction, but it's because the heel was an idiot and distracted himself. Alexander turns around, he gets hit with a V-trigger, a power bomb, a V-trigger, and then a one-winged angel, and he gets pinned. And then Kenny just cuts a promo saying, you know, Kenny, for a long time, is, you know, he's humble and, you know, I'm not as good as I used to be or this bullshit. This time he cuts the promo, hey, I moved to Florida. Best I felt in years, which the sun will do to you, by the way. And I'm going after that AEW title. And Don, lick your wounds, and why don't you come back after I win that belt? This was the best thing on the show from start to finish. It's everything that AEW should be, and nothing that it shouldn't. I loved it.
I think you're severely underrating the main event, but we'll get to that later.
No.
This was very, very good. There was a point where they're fighting outside, and the cement is exposed, and Kenny does a snap-dragon suplex in the cement. And it was shot from such a way you could very clearly see Alexander landed on his shoulder and on the back of his head, which is good, but also exposed the move. That it wasn't as scary as it looked. So then Kenny followed with a big giant flip dive and smashed his tailbone on the concrete. After just watching that Death Riders match, like this whole show is big stars taking pay-per-view main event damage in matches that'll be forgotten in 3 weeks. And yes, the action spills outside. It's a suicide suplex to the floor where both men tumble outside. And Don Callis is very concerned about the health of Kenny Omega. Is Kenny okay, he says. And he starts to move towards Kenny, and it's Don Callis, so everyone in the world knows he's going to kick him or punch him or do something nefarious, including Kenny. So Kenny chases him away. And yes, the moment when Don corrals a shoot security guard and points at Kenny, and you can't hear him, but you know he's bitching and probably cursing, and that guard was so clueless. Had no idea what the hell was going on. So Don gave up. He actually went back to the desk, I think. But yeah, it was a very, very good TV match. But it was not as good as the main event. And then Omega does his promo where everything you say, he hasn't felt this good in years. He's done fighting the Don Callis family for now. He wants a world championship.
Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store. All of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees. F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts.